This is Coffee with God, and I am Father Jose. Let us begin this day with the Word of God and a short reflection.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 8, verses 18 to 22. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. When Jesus saw that a curious crowd was growing by the minute, he told his disciples to get him out of there to the other side of the lake. As they left, a religion scholar asked if he could go along. "I'll go with you wherever," he said. Jesus was curt. "Are you ready to rough it? We're not staying in the best inns, you know." Another follower said, "Master, excuse me, for a couple of days, please. I have my father's funeral to take care of." Jesus refused. "First things first. Your business is life, not death. Follow me. Pursue life."
Reflections on the Gospel according to St. Matthew chapter 8, verses 18 to 22. Leave the dead to bury their dead. Though implying total renunciation in the style of the Jewish rabbis, the verses of the Gospel stress on getting uprooted from the comforts of our past and accepting the insecurities of the future of following Jesus. One must burn the bridges that take one to the past, be it good or bad. Christ becomes the one and the only focus thereafter. "Follow me," says Jesus. The demand is to leave behind everything that is not in conformity with His message. This applies not only to the religious and missionaries. We have to understand and accept that the gospel is radical and asks us at times to take decisions that are even beyond bonds of family and all that is dear to us. The Word of God illuminates our lives and encourages our surrender to the Lord. In the Gospel, Jesus does not stop the scribe who was eager to follow Him. Rather, He presents him a reality check. He warns him that his way is the way of the cross, and that is the cost of discipleship. Foxes have lairs and birds in the sky their nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. The scribe's statement looked like a generous offer to the Lord to follow him wherever he went. But Jesus reminds that to follow him means to be like him, to be ready to possess nothing of one's own. Last week we reflected on the Sermon on the Mount, where the words of Jesus was categorical. We cannot at the same time serve two masters. To be with Jesus is to accept a situation where we are left with no material possessions. Leave the dead to bury their dead. When it comes to following the Lord, it only signifies an immediate and absolute commitment. It is how the first disciples followed him too, immediately, leaving the boat and their father behind. Postponement becomes a habit. After his father's death, he would find another reason for delay, and another. Jesus is telling us, if you want to be free now. How often do we listen to excuses such as, let me reach my retirement and then I become active in the church? When the Lord calls, one needs to be ready to drop the nets and boats. That is our securities of jobs and our even families. Those who want to go their own self-seeking ways belong to the spiritually dead. Leave the burial of the dead to them. The rituals of society do have their place, but for Jesus, the call to the kingdom represents a radical commitment to a more important set of values.